G'day battlers, and today we're going to be taking a look at HITACHICKEN43 sweep a Vortex Cup tournament with a pretty interesting team here. So yeah, you can see the team along the top there. They've got Zweilis, Hypno, Chandelure, Frostlats, Primap, and Raichu, and Raichu is running Charm there. So yeah, even though fairy types have been banned, Charm is always going to find its way into any meta, and here HITACHICKEN uses it to sweep 4-0. So if you haven't already though, do go ahead and subscribe to this channel for all of the Silph content coming out all the time. And at the same time, you can go subscribe to HITACHICKEN's channel. I've got a link to their YouTube channel in the description below that you can go check out at the end of this video. Definitely go give them a subscribe because they're doing all sorts of good stuff, having a laugh, having some good battles, and yeah, let's jump into it. So going into round 1 up against Warrior JMac 5, we've got their team on the right hand side there. Doesn't look like the friendliest team to a Charm Raichu, so we might not see it this round, but yeah, jumping into it, we've got Zweilis up against Quagsire in the lead, which isn't a bad lead for Zweilis here. It is going to be doing a lot of damage with these Dragon Breaths, but Quagsire just charges up energy so fast that it is definitely going to put a bit of pressure on this Zweilis as the match goes on. Does successfully not shield a Stone Edge there, so definitely can tank one of those. Will have to shield whatever the next charge move is, no matter what it is though, if he does want to keep Zweilis around. Does not get the Dark Pulse through, gets a shield on that Quagsire, which is a little bit unfortunate for HITACHICKEN here. Almost at the next body slam, so decides to burn the shield so we can definitely get to that next charge move before Quagsire can get him out. And this will actually over farming there, getting some extra energy for the next matchup. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get to another body slam, but at the very least, I guess Zweilis is at a lower health now, so that Mandibuzz won't be able to... actually, Mandibuzz being what comes in, it doesn't do much damage with its fast move, so Zweilis able to get to this body slam here, just take out a little bit more health from that Mandibuzz, although it looks like it would have got to that body slam even if there was no extra farm. So yeah, is able to put a nice little chunk of damage on there. Mandibuzz has a little bit of energy now, so Frostlats would be a little bit too scared to come in because the foul plays or dark pulses would be doing a lot foul play, as we're seeing. So Primap is pretty much the best candidate there to come in, soak a bit of the damage. Definitely, I think the wrong move on the opponent's end there, because they do have Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is going to be super effective, whereas our foul play is going to be resisted. So I think they just maybe didn't know that this is the first battle they're kind of doing in a tournament setting. But swapping to Frostlats now, burning the last shield on this foul play, and maybe hoping to, definitely not going to be able to Powder Snow down. Going to have to go for a charge move, or another charge move is going to come in from this Mandibuzz, which is happening here. So here comes that foul play, does do a big chunk of damage there, Powder Snow down, and has to burn a shield off the opponent as well. So gets one Powder Snow of energy, throws his Avalanche, which will presumably burn that last shield off the Galvantula there, and then gets another Avalanche through. That is pretty huge for HITACHICKEN here. Plus you still get that fairly low health Primap in the back, so Galvantula has a bit of energy, only needs one more Volt Switch to get to a charge move, and it's a simultaneous KO. And that is the caliber of competition that we are looking at today. So going to the repeat of Game 1, Round 1, this time seeing a Ninetales in the lead. This isn't great for Primate, but if it can get a close combat through, this will be huge for HITACHICKEN here. Does go straight for the close combat. Does the shield come up? Yeah, no shield! That is devastating for the opponent and so great for HITACHICKEN here. Frostlats comes in, Primap gonna get a Night Slash off, which is already putting so much pressure onto this Frostlats. We're probably gonna see, yeah, there's the shield finally coming up on the opponent's end, and now mirror swapping into Frostlats. So the opponent has the energy advantage, so we'll see if HITACHICKEN can come back from it. Shields the Shadow Ball, which is great because if it was only an Avalanche bait, the opponent would have had 2 extra Powder Snows banked up of energy, but they did go for the big move and it did get shielded. HITACHICKEN going for the bait here and does not get the shield, unfortunately. Definitely rough for HITACHICKEN there, trying to get that shield out of there with 2 fewer Powder Snows than needed, but the opponent was not falling for it. Burning the shield on the second Shadow Ball now. Gonna be able to farm up a little bit of energy, but not too much. Ooh, that is so aggressive. I feel like this could potentially be a Shadow Ball from that opposing Avalanche. Yeah, there's the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately for HITACHICKEN, not able to farm down that Frostlats, so in comes Primap, get 1 extra counter of energy, still has to take out the extra shield on the opponent's end, and here comes Zweilis. Zweilis is going to be taking super effective damage from the Bug Buzzes, or at the lunges from the Galvantula, so this is definitely looking pretty rough for HITACHICKEN here. It was looking so good at the start of the battle, but unfortunately it just kind of fell apart at the end there. Really unfortunate, just with how the Frostlats matchup played out. Frostlats is such a dangerous Pokemon when it has energy, and this is just a testament to that you really need to be careful of any Frostlats that does come up. Going into Game 2 here though, we have Zweilis going in up against that Galvantula again. This is not as bad once shields are on the table and you don't have like the shield disadvantage to the Galvantula, but Galvantula is still going to be outpacing you to those charge moves, and lunges are going to be really adding up as to your attack debuff. So burning the first shield on the first lunge there, and then wants to get this charge move off. Actually doing a lot of damage with Dragon Breath here. Ooh, keeping all the energy for later and swapping into Frost Slash to tank the charge move. If this is a lunge, which it probably will be, not doing heaps of damage, but definitely debuffing that attack and powder snowing down the Galvantula. Opponent bringing in their Quagsire now. Maybe they've got Frostlass in the back and didn't want to swap into it so they didn't get caught in a similar situation to HITACHICKEN in that last battle, but burning a shield on the Avalanche, which is pretty great for HITACHICKEN here. Going to be able to get to another charge move before being taken out, which is awesome. It is still attack debuff by that lunge, but still going to do a nice little bit of damage. Gets the second and last shield from the Quagsire. Letting this Frostlass go down there, it's done its job. It's going to soak up a bit of energy from that Quagsire, and then could kind of bring in either pick here. Zweilous comes in, goes for the Dark Pulse to try and take out this Quagsire as soon as possible. And boom, does a nice little chunk. Gonna have to get to a body slam to be able to take it out before too many charge moves come through. Burns the shield on this first charge move, and it is the Earthquake, which is great. And I think actually, because that was an Earthquake, is able to Dragon Breath down, which is fantastic. In comes the Frost Slash, and the opponent is just in a bad spot there, because this Dark Pulse is gonna go through. Gonna do a nice little bit of super effective damage, and a couple more Dragon Breaths, and that is GG's. So it is now 1-1 or 1.5 if you want to count the tie, and we now have Chandelure up against this Ninetale. So this is a bit of a rough matchup for both ends because both of them aren't doing much damage with the fire damage, but Chandelure going for the flame charge here, trying to boost up that attack, and maybe if he can land a Shadow Ball, that will be absolutely huge. Does go through, not going to do too much damage. Chandelure is pretty squishy, so this charge move, even though it's not like it's resisted, it still does a fair bit to that Chandelure. And another Weather Ball already coming through from that Ninetales. Does HITACHICKEN burn a shield? No shield. Going to let their Chandelure go down. Figured, hey, this dude isn't going to do that great of a job anyway. We'll bring in these Wireless. Hope to Dragon Breath all the way down. Will be able to tank a Weather Ball, and most Ninetales are running Psyshock as their second move, which is always going to be resisted by Wireless still. So Dragon Breath all the way down. Have a nice little bit of energy ready to go. And here is that Galvantula. There's 2 Volt Switches. It only needs 1 more Volt Switch to be able to get to its first lunge. So this Body Slam is going to put a bit of pressure on, does get 1 shield out of the opponent. Unfortunately, lets that second Volt Switch, third Volt Switch come through while hitting the charge move, so definitely unfortunate there. And the opponent now does have enough energy for lunge. Farming up for the back-to-back and catching on the Frost Slash there. That is absolutely fantastic for HITACHICKEN. Really need to kind of get out of that situation any way they could. And now the opponent is in for some trouble because HITACHICKEN here has 2 shields to the opponent's 0, and Frost Slash can be so deadly in that scenario. Burns their first shield on the discharge because they did not want to get taken out. This Avalanche will take out Galvantula, no shields, has to go down, and the Pokemon in the back is that Quagsire. Frostlass still has the first shield here, so has their last shield here, so going for the Avalanche to try and take down this Quagsire a little bit. Quagsire could then easily take it out with a Stone Edge, and then Zweilous could come in and clean up. Looks like Quagsire is trying to get as much energy as possible before taking out Frostlass here, so that he can try and keep energy for the Zweilous. Burns the shield to make sure that he can get to this Avalanche instead though, and this will take out the Quagsire, and that is going to be GG's on round 1. HITACHICKEN taking it out as soon as the lag lets it go through. Come on, lag, come on, I believe in you. Yeah, there we go. There's round 1. Going into round 2 now, up against Ammonia Clouds 97. Again, really interesting team on the right hand side there, but we have Hypno up against Whiscash, and we are seeing that the moveset on Hypno is Ice Punch Shadow Ball, which is probably the most common moveset on a Hypno in this cup. You've really got as much coverage as you need, and this could be a little bit rough for Hypno depending on how this matchup ends up going, but we'll just see. Leads the Blizzard, that is so unfortunate for HITACHICKEN there. Goes straight for the Shadow Ball, trying to nuke this Whiscash. Does it go through? No, there's the shield, unfortunately not going through. The opponent burning a lot of HITACHICKEN's energy there, getting another charge move off. I don't think this is going to be a Blizzard. It's just a Mud Bomb, so Hypno can tank that, but one more Mud Bomb will take it. Hypno. Does he get to the Shadow Ball? Unfortunately not, just one confusion short, so shields up here, and then we'll be able to get the Shadow Ball off to take out that Whiscash. Over taps there. Oh, that could have been rough Hypno there, but keeps it cool, goes for the Shadow Ball. This will take out Whiscash if it goes through, but it does not go through. The opponent burning both of their shields there to keep it alive and surviving. Able to get the Ice Punch off on Hypno. 1 HP in a dream. Oh, the opponent must just be kicking themselves for burning that last shield. That is so unfortunate for them. Melmetal coming in and getting the slightest bit of energy. Bring in Primate, who is devastating to that Melmetal. The opponent swaps into Lapras, and HITACHICKEN here swaps into the Frostlass for the Mirror. Ice v Ice. We'll see how this does end up playing out. Because it is the Shadow Lapras, it will be taking a bit more damage from the Shadow Ball, which is definitely pretty good. Primate is going to have good matchups against both Lapras and Melmetal though, so really just kind of using up Frostlass because it's here. You can kind of happily let it go down to any charge move coming through from this Lapras, and that is exactly what HITACHICKEN is doing. Silph comes through, takes it out. Primeape will be able to counter down this Lapras, have a nice bit of energy, and only needs to get to that close. Oh, actually goes for the Night Slash. Definitely could have just gone like one more counter, gone for the close combat and taken out Melmetal that way, but gets the attack boost. What an absolute madman with a flex. That is so stupidly insane. Goes to the superpower, it doesn't go through, and yeah, counters down the Melmetal, and that is GG's on game 1. Going into game 2 now with Primeape up against Meganium. I'm not sure how this matchup is going to go, but Meganium is such a bulky Pokemon, and Frenzy Plant is such a scary move that I would not want to be Primeape right now. Swaps into the Hypno to catch the first Frenzy Plant. Hypno, the soaker of all charge moves, just such a bulky Pokemon. We'll see if the opponent does end up swapping out or leaves the Meganium in. Gets a little bit of energy and now swapping into that Melmetal. Unfortunately, there's no Focus Blast in sight, so this is not the best matchup for Hypno here, but Melmetal isn't having the best time either. It's not like it's doing heaps. Going for the Ice Punch bait, trying to get a shield off that Melmetal if he can. And does get the shield. Such a good play from HITACHICKEN there. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get to his Shadow Ball before Melmetal is able to take it out, so a little bit unfortunate there. Does let it go down because he knows that Hypno is not the one that is going to win out this matchup. Brings in that Primeape from the lead, almost goes for the farm down there, but at the last minute just decides to go for that Night Slash to take out this Melmetal if it goes through. Does go through, doesn't get the boost this time unfortunately, and in comes back that Meganium. This time swapping into the Frostlass, try and eat another Frenzy Plant. This isn't like really where Frostlass wants to be, because Frenzy Plant still does a lot of damage because it is such a broken move. In comes that Whiscash though, and because HITACHICKEN is at the shield advantage here, this could still go very much in his favor. Goes for the first Avalanche, does go through, taking Whiscash pretty low now. Does not burn the shield on Frostlass. Lets Frostlass eat this Mud Bomb. Will take it out. And then Primeape just going to come in here for the sweep. Going to try and get this Night Slash boost. Trying to boost it up to take out that Melmetal Meganium that's in the back. No boost there. 1, 2, 3. Just needs a couple more counters to take out Whiscash. So burns the first shield here. Just a Mud Bomb. And then will take it out. And then still has to burn a shield from Meganium's end. So we'll see how this does end up playing out. Meganium is pretty low though. So like I think that it's probably in the bag for Primeape here. First Night Slash. Will get the shield from the Meganium. No boost again. Does have the back-to-back though. Shields his Frenzy Plant, and then Primeape's Night Slash should go through, and that will take out Meganium and take out the battle. Game 2 of round 2. Officially giving the win to HITACHICKEN here there, but we will go into the third battle for all the glory. Going into this last battle now with Chandelure again appearing as that just final battle flex pick up against Flygon this time, which is not where Chandelure wants to be at all, because it is such a who doesn't get the Shadow Ball off before Flygon's charge moves. If this is an Earth Power, it could be yeah, there's an Earth Power. Chandelure is Gonski. It is such a squishy Pokemon, and that is just way too much for it. Brings in the Zoalis to try and Dragon Breath down, and the opponent swaps into Whiscash. So unfortunately, they don't really, HITACHICKEN doesn't really have a good answer for Whiscash here. Has Zoalis and Primeape, neither of which is loving the matchup. Decides to swap into the Primeape after going for that Body Slam charge move though, so burns the shield here, and then I don't think he's going to be able to counter down before another Mud Bomb comes through, so ooh, another Mud Bomb already built up, definitely coming through here. Not going to take out Primeape, but definitely a little bit of a rough spot to be in. Going to charge up a little bit more energy and then go for the Night Slash to try and take out the Whiscash. Hopefully he lets it go down and doesn't burn a shield, because then it might be burning another shield back. Does let it go down, no boost again. In comes the Flygon trying to get another charge move off. Does burn the shield on Primeape, so even though there is that Zoalis in the back that would be able to take out this Flygon quick smart with some Dragon Breaths, wants to keep Primeape around, maybe in case that Melmetal does show its face. So Night Slash takes it out, and in comes the Meganium in the back. Unfortunately, that Meganium has the 2-0 shield advantage. This is not looking good for HITACHICKEN here. Even no matter how many charge moves you can get off between Primeape and Zoalis, Meganium is such a bulky Pokemon that it's definitely looking rough here. So goes for the Frenzy Plant, which is a bit of an interesting move because it is definitely resisted by that Zoalis, but I think one more Frenzy Plant will take out this take out the Zoalis. This is actually, maybe I called it a bit too early. Maybe HITACHICKEN has a chance here. Lands that Body Slam. Dragon Breath still adding up here. This Frenzy Plant will take out Zoalis, and then it is just up to Primeape. Primeape is still going to be doing some damage with these counters, so I very well may have called it out too early. Oh, able to take it out. I was absolutely off base there. GG's. I mean, yeah, who was worried? But going into round 3 up against PeterVonBernal here, and he does actually have a CHARM-CHU of his own. So we'll see if they do. Actually, speaking of, we finally see HITACHICKEN's CHARM-CHU coming out. Not the best matchup up against PowerPass because Charm will be doing nothing, but brajSF does have Brick Break here, and Brick Break is going to do, I think, a little bit over half PowerPass's health. I think it's not a great move, so even though it's super effective, it's not doing heaps. Yeah, takes it down into the yellow, which is pretty great. The charms are definitely starting to add up now, and brajSF only needs one more Brick Break to take out this PowerPass. PowerPass does have a little bit of energy on its side though, so we'll see how it does end up playing out. brajSF taking the first rock slide and not quite getting to the Brick Break. PowerPass getting another charge move off, and on top of this, it has a little bit of energy backed up as well. Like, it still has a little bit more in reserve. So, oh, the CMP tie, that is so unfortunate for HITACHICKEN there. Burning both shields now to keep this CHARM-CHU around. And this one looks like he's going to try and charm down the PowerPass. That is not something you see every day. Something tanky. That steel rock type and getting charmed all the way down. Absolutely insane. But we are seeing the 2-0 shield advantage now on the opponent's end. And that is not great for HITACHICKEN here. Goes for the first Brick Break. Do we see a shield? There is one shield. Can he get another one off? Does get to the Brick Break, but wasn't going for it. That is so unfortunate for HITACHICKEN there. No, still the opponent with one shield, and with Primate and Hypno in the back. This is really not great. Frostlass with that one shield can just wreck the rest of this team. Goes for the Avalanche, and then swaps into Pelipper for the KO. That is so rough. In comes the Hypno here. Hypno has to take out this Pelipper, take out the Frostlass in the back, plus still take out the shield that is still on the opponent's end, all while getting just thrashed down by this Pelipper and Frostlass as well. So this has potentially opened up a chance for HITACHICKEN to win this battle, but it's definitely going to be a slim one and will have to be well worked for. Charging up as much energy as he possibly can, and yeah, unfortunately just not going to happen. This Weather Ball will take out Hypno, and that's going to be GG's on game 1 of round 3. Going into game 2 now with Chandelure on the Frostlass. That is such a good lead Pokemon. This is really great to see. Incinerate going to do a lot of damage there, and swapping into the Ninetales. HITACHICKEN swapping into Primate here, and this, again, this is a bit of a rough spot for Primate, especially swapping into it, but if he can land that close combat, that will totally flip this matchup, so I'm assuming that is what he's going to try and do here. Ooh, going for the Night/Bait. That could be incredibly risky. We'll see if it does pay off for him though. Does burn the shield, so yeah, unfortunately wasn't going to get to another charge move anyway though, so potentially it might have been better off to go for the close combat anyway, because then he would have been able to get a defense drop and be taken out a little bit quicker, so Ninetales had less to farm. But Hypno is in here now, trying to confusion down this Ninetales. These Weather Balls aren't doing too much, but burning the first shield here was just another Weather Ball though. I guess they will start to add up over time. Will be able to confusion down. Oh, just not able to get that last confusion damage through, unfortunately. Weather Ball does come through. Not the end of Hypno's day, but definitely a little bit rough there. We'll see what does come back in. It is the Frostlass and goes for the Ice Punch bait. Trying to get the last shield from the opponent here. Does he fall for it? Oh, no shield. That could have been huge if he landed the Shadow Ball, but oh well. Here's that Charm user on the opposing end as well. Really cool to see. We're seeing the Flame Charge come in from the Chandelure. Oh, that does so much damage. Chandelure's attack stat is just so insane. And now the Frostlass is coming in. Another Flame Charge coming through. It's going to be double attack boosted now. These Incinerates are going to do a lot of damage to Frostlass. Whoa, one more Incinerate. So this is, if he burns the shield here, he'll only need to get one more Incinerate after this one, and that will take out the Frostlass. That is absolutely huge, absolutely insane. That is GG's on game 2. Going into the final game now with Primate locked in up against ProPass. That is such a good lead matchup for HITACHICKEN here. ProPass running straight away into that Ninetales, this time swapping into Hypno. Hypno again is going to be able to tank a lot of the damage output coming out of that Ninetales, and will be able to put a lot of pressure back on in return. So is this a Weather Ball? It is just another Weather Ball, and we know that Hypno can tank a few of those things. Charges up to the Shadow Ball, going for the Ice Punch. Unfortunately, another CMP tie, so Ninetales going to get another Weather Ball through here. We'll see if the opponent does end up shielding in case it is like a big nuke move, or if they do just let this go through. Does burn the shield. That is fantastic for HITACHICKEN to see. Going for the Shadow Ball now. At this point, I'm not sure if Ice Punch would take it out, but Shadow Ball is definitely like the safer move, and if it does go through, does not go through. Ninetales burning both shields here. Who will win this out? Is it a simultaneous KO once again? Absolutely insane. And now HITACHICKEN is in such a dominant position here with 2 shields to 0, and knowing that he has Primate and ProPass, 2 Pokemon, Has unfortunately brought in Primate up against the Preliper and has not locked it in now up against the Probopass, but this is still not a bad spot for HITACHICKEN because of that double charge moves and gets the attack boost on that. That is so insane. Going to be able to burn the shield here on this Pelipper. Going to get another Night Slash, one more Night Slash will be all he needs to take out the Pelipper now that he is boosted, and then it is just counters up against that Probopass. Night Slash, down goes the Pelipper, in comes that Probopass, and it is just going to melt to these boosted counters. The opponent actually quits out top left and jumping right into the action, going to the finals up against JarvisJet, who has such an interesting team. Look at that team, that is absolutely insane. But we now have the Chandelure up against the Shadow Ninetales, going straight for that Shadow Ball. If it goes through, that is huge. Does get the shield, unfortunately. So swapping into Hypno now. So chaotic, this first just couple seconds of the battle. Hypno up against Ninetales, going to be eating some Weather Balls now. And this time, they're going to be Shadow boosted. So they're going to be doing a little bit more damage than we saw in that last battle. These Confusions also, in return, going to be doing an extra bit of damage as well, though. Burns eats another Weather Ball, still hanging on here. I don't think that he would have been able to Confusion down, and again going for the Shadow Ball. I don't know if it was necessary at this point, especially because it is the Shadow, but we'll see how it does end up playing it anyway. Takes out the Ninetales, which is what is important there. In comes the Drifloon, and Drifloon is going to be able to farm up a bit of energy on this Hypno. Not before an Ice Punch gets through though. Fantastic HITACHICKEN there. This Ice Punch will put some pressure onto Drifloon. Takes it down to the low yellow. That is absolutely, HITACHICKEN really needed that, because now he's got Frostlass and Chandelure. Neither of them really want to get hit by these charge moves from the Drifloon. Frostlass would have been able to tank an Icy Wind, but if it was a Shadow Ball, that would have been just GG straight away. Going for the full Powder Snow farm down, swaps into Chinchino to catch the Avalanche. Chinchino's still going to take a lot of damage from this Avalanche though, so, you know, not the best spot to be in. Swaps into the Chandelure, gets these huge Incinerates off, and now going for the Flame Charge just to boost its Incinerates up. Chinchino still going to take a lot of damage. Down it goes. In comes that Drifloon. Not able to get a single Incinerate off, but burning the shield, that Incinerate damage will go through, and this Drifloon I think will get taken out at this point, and that is GG's on game 1. Going into game 2 now, we have the CHARM-CHU up against Drifloon, and this is such a good spot for CHARM-CHU to be. These charms are really going to be adding up onto that Drifloon so fast. Plus, there's the chance of getting that Electric Charge move through, which will just annihilate the rest of the Drifloon. So, decide to let the first charge move come through. No shield, it is the Icy Wind. Still doing a lot of damage with these charms. Does he go for the Brick Break Bait? There is the Brick Bait. Brick Break Bait. Man, that is hard to say. Just say that 10 times fast. But gets the Brick Break through, unfortunately. No shield coming up. And Drifloon still getting this charge move off. So, decides to let CHARM-CHU go down. Brings in something that either one would be good here. Decides to bring the Hypno to get one Confusion farm on that Drifloon. And we'll see what does end up coming in here. It is the Ninetales once again. This time, are we going to see it play out the exact same way? E2 Weather Balls, go for this Shadow Ball, try and get it through. Is there still both shields? Yeah, there's still both shields on the opponent's end, so they've definitely got a big chance to shield up this Shadow Ball here, but HITACHICKEN just going straight for it. See if it does go through. Does not go through, unfortunately, so yeah, a little bit of a rough spot for HITACHICKEN here. These Confusions are definitely adding up, but not going for that charge move may have potentially, well, really just forced this shield to come out. And then does finally go for the Ice Punch. Unfortunately, Ninetales sneaking another fast move in there. Definitely unfortunate. But Ice Punch gets the shield from the opponent. That is absolutely fantastic there. Does have to get one Powder Snow in before this Ninetales. Charge move does come through, so burning the final shield of the game. One more Powder Snow will go through. If it is... Ooh, it's a Primate in the back. I think that because of the one Powder Snow advantage, Frostlass may be able to take this one out pretty cleanly. Night Slash is going to come through here. It's not going to take it out. Can just go straight for the Shadow Ball, which will take... Ooh, a little bit of an overfarm there, which is definitely a little bit risky because there is not much health that he has to take out in the back anyway. So he goes for the Shadow Ball, takes out a Primate. Here's that Ninth. Oh, a charge! There was a Weather Ball ready to go on that Ninetales. Oh, that is so devastating. Oh, that is... Wow. Just wow. But we now see the Frostlass up against Drifloon in the finals of the finals. Whoever wins this battle takes the cake, and we're now seeing this is a bit of a rough matchup for the Frostlass. Going straight for the Avalanche though, no funny business. That Drifloon probably farming up to the Shadow Ball for the bait. Does get the shield from the opponent because, I mean, they know that no matter what charge move is coming through, it is going to be deadly to that Drifloon. Frostlass can potentially see a bait coming through. It is the Shadow Ball nuke though, so fantastic call on HITACHICKEN's end there. In comes the Shadow Ninetales and going for this Shadow Ball. Can he take out the Shadow Ninetales here? Does get the next shield. There are no more shields on the opponent's end. Swapping into that Hypno. Hypno doing a lot of damage still. Still going to be able to take two Shadow Weather Balls to its face and still going to keep on kicking. At this point, because there's no more shields, he will be able to get to that Shadow Ball and just nuke away this Shadow Ninetales if he so wishes. and that is exactly what's happening. I'm not sure if that was like an overtap or what the deal was, or just knows that he could get this confusion off anyway, but Shadow Ball gonna take out that Shadow Ninetales, and then in comes perhaps the Drifloon to try and farm down. Yeah, there's the Drifloon, gonna try and farm down, and we do not see the Ice Punch coming through like we saw before. In comes the Frost Ice, and Frost Ice are now gonna be forced to not shield here. Is it the Icy Wind? It's a Shadow Ball. That is really unfortunate. If it was an Icy Wind, that would have been such a good call. In comes that Raichu in the back, and it's a Primeape. It's a Primeape Charm. Charm is coming in for the win here. Burns the shield. One more Charm. Primeape's going down. That Drifloon in the back, not going to be able to stand up to the face of Charm. Wow, one more Charm, and down goes Drifloon, and CHARM-CHU takes out the Vortex Cup tournament and brings home the trophy. That is such an amazing finish. Congrats to HITACHICKEN43 there, and you can see that CHARM-CHU can seriously do some work if it is put in the right spot. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. Don't forget to go check out HITACHICKEN's channel. Again, the link is in the description below. And, yeah. Thank you to my patrons and supporters over on Twitch as always. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe because we are doing a whole lot of Silph content all the time. And I'll actually leave a link to another Silph tournament recap in the description below, made by my good friend Dr. Trotter. So if you do want to go check out some more Vortex Cup sweeping action from the man who swept himself, definitely go give that a look as well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.